crazy. But yeah, we can get into the Judgment Day Dissension. Continuing a little bit here, Rhea Ripley kind of having to play the mother of the group. She's officially mommy now, I guess you can say. Stopping all the infighting between Damian Priest and Finn Balor. What do you guys think about their tag team match that eventually turned into a tag team match against the returning Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, and then turned into a triple threat match, a triple tag match with Cody Rhodes joining Sami and KO, and Dominic joining Damian Priest and Finn Balor.
Mm-hmm. All right, Luz, can I go first on this one, please? Mm-hmm. All right. So for the last month, all right, I think we had announced like months ago that this Judgment Day storyline was supposed to supplant the Bloodline as like the number one main storyline for WWE programming. Correct?
Mm-hmm. Correct.
Now, obviously, the Bloodline storyline that's a 3 year storyline. So obviously, anything that's on programming right now that tries to duplicate or match that isn't really going to. But this is what's supposed to replace it down the line in the coming months. I don't know if this storyline has it, because if you think about it, look at the last month of Raw main events. It's been the Judgment Day and 6-man tags with of KO, Sammy, Cody, Seth Rollins, Shinsuke Nakamura. Literally, those 5 guys.
They're trying to build war games, guys.
I'm not even sure that's going to happen.
And the Judgment Day, I have lost every 6-man main event this month, and I get they're trying to build the dissension, but having JD McDonough get involved and essentially having him speak on behalf of Finn in the opening segment, and then having him get involved in the main event, which initially caused the disqualification, leading to the 6-man tag. I mean, I like the dissension, but the matches are starting to become very repetitive.
That's been repetitive.
That's the only negative thing about this. I love the fact that they pretty much made it clear that Rhea Ripley is the leader of this group, scene that she's trying to keep everybody together. Being that.
Wait, I thought Dom was.
But I like that aspect, and the fact that obviously we got Judgment Day on Raw, we got Judgment Day on NXT. So I think from that aspect, they're trying with the Judgment Day, but I just wish that they would just like switch things up a little bit. I got a little bit more creative with some of these matches. I mean, you can't have like 3 or 4 6-man matches and then lose all of them. I mean, or at least find a more creative way to do it.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel the same way. That it's going downhill a little bit. Like it's kind of stagnating. It's like, what are you guys doing? This is working out. Like Judgment Day was actually winning for a period of time and actually looking strong, actually building continuity, actually adding elements to each of their characters. Like everyone had a role, everyone had a say, everyone had a special place in the group. Now it's feel like, the dissension's there with the briefcase that we keep seeing, and it's like, okay, I understand that point because we have to build that up. I do like the aspect of them now giving Rhea Ripley a little bit of a Raquel Rodriguez problem, which that match is set for Payback, so we're finally going to have that match. Raquel Rodriguez. Yeah, Raquel Rodriguez is finally.
She was cleared.
So we're finally getting that, and she's been a thorn in their side. Monday night and even on NXT Heatwave. I don't know if you guys saw that, but she actually cost the match against Dragon Lee. Against Dragon Lee,
and how was that not a DQ?
How was it not?
I don't know.
But like even that kind of pissed me off a little bit. I understand the point of bringing in Raquel Rodriguez, but now Judgment Day took another loss. What is the point? This is the thing that we've been saying. If they keep losing as a faction, it's just like, what is that doing to the bad guys on the show? You know what I mean? It's like, I don't like that aspect of it, of them just losing. I never liked that aspect. They should be dominant, building up. I think I've even said it. They should be like Evolution, like everyone has a piece of gold, which I think should happen at Payback, which we get down the line. we can see them adding a little bit more gold, hopefully at some point. But it's just like, I don't like them losing. I don't like them losing like this. Mm-hmm.
And this is my thing. It's like, I don't know if maybe, and this is why I feel like maybe Finn should have just won the title. If when Finn would have won the title, everybody would have something. Because I feel like right now, yes, they're hinting at a breakup, but it's not clear who's going to leave. Is it Damian or is it Finn? Because now Finn has JD, but Damian still has the briefcase, but he's not saying anything like, "Oh, I might take my ball and go" or whatever. Mm-hmm. There's no clear direction on who is the one that's gonna lead because there is no leader.
Bro. That's what I'm saying. I like to think that's by design, but because it's WWE, I don't know.
This is what I'm saying. If either of them left, it just. I don't know. Maybe it's just like it doesn't really make sense. And like, okay, Damian leaves. Are they gonna be pissed off and cost him his money in the bank? Or if Finn leaves, does he just be going to a tag team with JD? Like it just does, or does JD just like screw you? I'm gonna join the Judgment Day. That kind of makes a little more sense, I guess, but I don't. It's not making sense of what is gonna come after this breakup, and is it the breakup, like, is there still a Judgment Day, or is it just like, well, he's out, whatever, we're still the Judgment Day, and we're still going to do the same shit?
I don't think they should break up because I feel like they do work well together, and we've seen it for the past couple months where they gotten wins, and it's like, oh shit, these guys are badass now. They're building confidence. But again, like you just said, Finn should have won we all agree, Finn should have won the title. Like if there was any moment to do that and build this group up to a different level, it was that moment at SummerSlam where it's like, yo, give him the title. If he won the title and you have Damian with the cash in, it's like, yo, I'm not going to cash in on you. You can play that angle a lot better than this angle right now. And it's like, if there was going to be a breakup, that would be a better version of the breakup. You know what I mean? Like, like you would actually have them, like Rhea, Dom, JD now, picking sides. Like, are we going to protect Finn or are we going to back Damian as the new champion? Like, there could have been a different element there that would have been a little bit easier to tell the story. And it's just like right now, it's like, what do you got? We don't know it's to the point where it's like we're almost at that point. Like, we're like, we don't let us know when you're at that point where you want to tell that point in the story. You know what I mean?
This is my thing. If they wanted to do a whole undisputed era thing where like everybody had gold, either Finn and Damian should have just gotten the tag titles if they were fucking split up, but that's a whole other thing. Or you easily, and I know it's not ideal, and people are, I don't even think you guys would agree, but if you had, maybe only because this has been done recently, if you would have had Finn win, shit, Damian could have just cashed in on Gunther and ended that, and then you got everybody with gold. I don't think that would have. I only say that because they had the whole stupid Austin Theory for the U.S. title thing, but that's also apparently a new thing now that you can just cash in on any title, so
it ain't Impact rule. You can go for any title you want.
I know, but this is what I'm saying. Like, it's just directionless, and I feel like since that loss, I feel like they are gonna break up because it's just too many losses. It's too much. This communication, blah 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 blah, or they're gonna just try and pull some shit and go after Seth to help Damian cash in. I don't know. It's just there's too many possibilities, and I don't see a clear cut
on
what they're doing.
Poster.
the whole unit is on the payback
right
poster.
Now.
But I do.
But
think...
who are they even gonna fight?
There's only one person who has a match. That's Rhea Ripley. She's the only person from Judgment Day with a match, and I'm just like. We want that match. That's the match that we wanted at SummerSlam. Like, that's a match that we definitely want. But it's like, in the grand scheme of their story, it's like, what are they chasing? Like, Dominic Mysterio. Even though I would have liked if Dom was like on NXT for a little bit.
That's what I'm saying.
Like,
why him having the North American title? Nobody's challenging him during the week. He's just in 6-man tags, and it's just like have him be in NXT. Yo, I'm representing the Judgment Day. Boom, mommy comes and helps me. We're still running shit, but he doesn't need to be up there. Yeah, he doesn't need to be up there right now. He's just getting that heat pop because every time he touches the mic, they know to just boo the shit out of him. So,
Yes.
so I don't know. I don't know. Like Brian said, I don't know. This storyline just isn't making sense to me, and I don't see the vision of where this is supposed to catapult this story up and make it something big.
See, if they really wanted to kind of like amp up this storyline again, we should get a Money in the Bank cash in that payback. Now,
that would be true.
I mean, they've already been losing the teasing of dissension. Might as well just have Priest win the title and keep the dissension up. Keep the dissension up. I mean, that's the only way you can really go about it. Really continue the.
And I've said this. I was like, if Shinsuke is going to beat Seth or Seth is going to be hurt, which we already alluded to with Shinsuke's promo. I know about your back, which is the weakest thing ever, but but just in general, like that's going to play a part. And I'm like, this, if there's a cash in right now, as Brian said, this is where it should happen. Like this is where it should definitely set up and actually happen because we know Seth is not 100% with his back. Shinsuke is going to knock him out, KO him down, and that's definitely should happen. Like that should be the next storyline plot.
But if that happens, you don't think that'll just lead to Finn being like, well, screw this, I'm gonna just go for the title now? Because why would he just sit idly by as, like, dude, I was supposed to be champ and now you're champ.
And he was supposed to have the finish off with Seth. Like, he was supposed to finish that story. But it's just like, Damian, that's the prime opportunity. He can't wait no more. And another thing, too, he said he wouldn't cash in on Finn. Finn's not in that title picture right now. So
that's what I'm saying. But then wouldn't that just still lead to the breakup? Wouldn't that just break up Finn from the group? And now he's like, or Finn's gonna be like, well, now I'm gonna start my own group because I got JD. Boom, I'm gonna bring somebody else. Now you got another faction going against the Judgment Day.
Edge comes back. Edge comes back.
That would be nuts. That would be nuts.
None of us brought up during the Edge moment segment anything about his feud with the Judgment Day that lasted like a year and a half.
I say it again. I liked Edge. We didn't know what it was at the beginning. I liked
it. Should have lasted. Yes, it should have lasted so much longer.
Hey, we need a baby face.
Yeah, that's what happened.
Let's take the leader and make him the baby face.
We need Edge to fill in the void. So
it made no sense. I was like, okay, we're getting heel Edge. Ooh, look at these promos. Hey, Edge, you're out. What?
My whole thing again.
I will defeat you.
My whole thing again was that he added Rhea Ripley, and then he added Damian Priest, and then it was like, okay, now we got something here. He has two young proteges underneath him. Have the purple suits, the moniker, everything. I'm like, okay, now it's coming together. And then as soon as it started, rip it away.
Bro, him sitting in the chair, the promos. I was like, okay. I'm thinking like this is like hints of like the Brood type shit, like boom, and then it was like 3 weeks. Hey, you're out. What?
Already?
Didn't he beat Finn? And then Finn, like he beat him at the pay-per-view, and then like on Raw, he became.
They turned on him. Yep. I was like, who
wrote this?
Oh my god. That easily could have been. And see, I feel if he would have kept that shit, he probably could have easily had Edge just be a heel, and he could have won the title with that group. Yes. Easily.
Correct.
Easily. Because they would have been so fucking strong.
I missed that.
Yeah.
I missed that.
On to the next one.
That would do it for our Raw recap. Of course, we got 3 matches for Payback. I believe Trish and Becky finally in a steel cage. Shinsuke versus Seth, and I believe we have another match. Raquel versus Rhea Ripley. So those are the 3 matches. We have 2 women matches.
Yeah, we do. Before we move on away from Raw, I do want to make note of one thing. WWE reproduction really is top notch. I know we saw the promo package they did for Shayna Baszler, and they even did one for Doudrop. I mean, not Doudrop. I'm sorry.
Why would you bring that? Why would you bring that back?
Force a habit. Because as soon as I started thinking about her, I thought about when she was with Eva Marie. But to have the promo package they had for Piper Niven, trying to reintroducing her to everyone, loved it. Even loved Shayna Baszler's even more, kind of trying to reestablish her as the dominant force she was in NXT. So that's as far as the women go in that aspect, it's a good thing.
And again, Piper Niven's bringing back Piper Niven in that form. It was random, but it was like we were just so glad to have her on TV. And now that she's going to be the actual powerhouse in that group, thank God. Thank God. They can have her and Chelsea Green be this comedy act, and she can be the powerhouse, and Chelsea Green can be the goofball, get them into trouble. Whatever the case, hopefully this builds that tag division. Hopefully.
We'll see.